All right, what is up? Hopefully the volume's all right. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit here. We are going to talk some UFC and maybe a little boxing here. I don't want this to go too long, but you should be proud of me. This is back-to-back weeks. Hopefully this will continue. I'm gonna try and get these out earlier as well. Saturday morning here. I'd like to put the videos out early in the week actually. It just kind of depends on scheduling and stuff. But anyway, let's talk some fights. Let's go over last week's card. Not a great, well, it was a good event, but not a great event for me pick wise. I was 5-5 on my picks, and I think 0-3 on my plays. Well, Moreno and Figueredo was a draw. I had Moreno in that one at plus 310. I thought that was very wide. Anyway, it's a great fight. Um, let's dive into tonight's fights. I don't want this video to go too long, so I'm not going to have an opinion about some of these. So we're going to run through them probably pretty quickly. Giagos versus Carlton minus. Giagos, the minus 330 favorite, and minus plus 300. No opinion here. We're going to skip that one. Next fight up, Jimmy Flick and Cody Durden, who were supposed to fight, what was that, last month, a few weeks ago. My original pick was Jimmy Flick, and I'm going to stick with Jimmy Flick. The odds on this one, minus 145 for Flick, Cody Durden plus 135, but there's no play here for me. It could be a very close competitive fight. Durden is a good wrestler. There's some question marks behind Jimmy Flick's durability and maybe his offensive wrestling. It's probably closer to 50-50. So no play, but I will take Flick via third round submission in that one. Nchukwi versus Jamie Pickett. And Chukwi minus 310. The comeback on Jamie Pickett plus 280. I don't really have much of an opinion on this one either. If I had to choose, I think I would rather take a shot on Jamie Pickett at plus 280. Seems to be maybe the more experienced fighter, but yeah, no play on this one, and really no opinion. Next up, Talia Santos and Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson minus 110. Talia Santos at even money plus 100. I like Robertson. I like the team around her. And if she can get on top of Talia Santos, she could definitely win this fight. But I'm going to roll with Talia Santos to keep the fight standing. I think she's probably the better striker. She's also a good jiu-jitsu practitioner as well. Yeah, the pick is going to be Talia Santos. No play on that though. Not at even money. Maybe if she was a bigger underdog. Moving on, Daron Wynn at plus 160 against Antonio Arroyo minus 175. Man, if you watch their face-off after the weigh-in, there is such a massive size discrepancy in that. Antonio Arroyo is just like a giant stature-wise over Daron Wynn. Really, Daron Wynn's only shot here is going to be securing the takedowns. He's a very good wrestler. Securing the takedowns and maintaining top control, maybe getting a submission, doing some ground and pound, but at plus 160, I don't like it. He should maybe be a bigger underdog in order for me to take a shot on him. Because I actually do think if he can chain together takedowns, he can get a decision victory if he doesn't completely gas out by the third round. It's an easy pass on this fight. I'm going to pick Antonio Arroyo, but it's also a no play on him on Arroyo at minus 175. Just because Duran Win is a good wrestler, he could chain takedowns. So yeah, no play on that one, but the pick is Antonio Arroyo. Panny Kianzad and Sijara Eubanks. Eubanks is the minus 145 favorite. Panny Kianzad is plus 135. Let's see. Sarge's last fight. Ketlin Vera. I'm gonna take the dog in this one, Panny Kianzad. I think she is certainly the better striker. She's the crisper striker. Sijara Eubanks is gonna need to get takedowns and maybe clinch control, and she could definitely grind her way to a victory in that route. But I'm gonna say Panny Kianzad maintains distance, wins 2 out of the 3 rounds for a 29-28 decision. So I will take the underdog in that one. Plus 135 is not terrible for a small play, or a pass. But yeah, I'm gonna take Panny Kianzad via 29-28 decision. Moving on, Anthony Pettis versus Alex Morono. Anthony Pettis is minus 200. The comeback on Alex Morono plus 185. You know what time it is. It's that zero sugar Mountain Dew time. And I had to take a drink because the year is 2020 and Anthony Pettis is a 2-1 favorite. Do I think Anthony Pettis wins this fight? Probably. But minus 200 is a very, very, very easy pass. Morono isn't terrible. Not great either. It's a winnable fight for Anthony Pettis, but it is a pass for me. Easy pass. So moving on, we have, I think this is going to be the main card. Or Pettis might start off the main card. Either way, Greg Hardy and Marcin Tybura. Greg Hardy, the small favorite at minus 115. The comeback on Marcin Tybura plus 105. I was on Marcin Tybura in his last fight against Ben Rothwell. I think I had Tybura at like, I think it was plus 130 or plus 150, something like that. And he went out there and he won fairly easily against Ben Rothwell. In this one though, Tybura could do the same thing. He can grind his way to a victory. Doesn't have a lot of power, but he does work well in the clinch. He can get a takedown, and he could grind his way to a decision here against Greg Hardy. I do kind of like it to go to a decision, regardless of who wins. But I'm actually gonna take Greg Hardy in this. He's been making improvements every fight. It's a step up in competition for him. What was his last fight? It was Maurice Green. Yeah, it's a step up in competition, certainly over Maurice Green, but not quite as big of a leap as Alexander Volkov was. I'll say Greg Hardy is able to work out of the clinch, avoid takedowns, work strikes from the outside, get a 29-28 decision victory in that one. So pick is Greg Hardy. Don't really think I like it for a play or anything, but I'm going to take Greg Hardy in that one. Moving on, we have Marlon Moraes against Rob Font. Marlon Moraes, the minus 145 favorite. Rob Font plus 135. I'm gonna take Marlon Moraes in this. He's burned me before, mainly when he fought Henry Cejudo, but I think this is a step down in competition over his last few fights. Rob Font's good. He's a good boxer, but I think Marlon Moraes is going to maintain distance and work the leg kicks, work the strikes from the outside. I expect the fight to stay standing. And so long as Marlon Moraes doesn't completely gas, I think he wins a decision here, or maybe a late stoppage. We'll take Marlon Moraes, though, via 30-27, maybe 29-28 decision, or possibly a TKO, but we'll go with Marlon Moraes by decision in that one. Moving on, quite possibly could be the fight of the night coming up. Michel Pereira and Chaos Williams. And like his name, I think this fight will be chaos. Michel Pereira is the minus 120 favorite. Comeback on Chaos is about even money. I've been going back and forth on this. I was big on Michel in his last fight. I was really big on Michel in his last fight against Zalim Imadaev. In that fight, he showed that he is well-rounded. He can make intelligent decisions. He still plays around. And that's what makes this fight really dangerous, is you don't play around with Chaos Williams. If you go out there and execute a game plan, I think he is the better overall fighter, or at least more rounded. But Chaos Williams, man, he brings power. He brings the death touch. So I kind of like the under. What is the under? Is it 2.5? Where is it? The under. Maybe the under 1.5 rounds at about even money, because I think either guy could win in the first 7.5 minutes. That covers you on both sides at about even money. I think really the way it would go over is if Michel Pereira went for takedowns or something and went that route. I don't really see that happening though. So the pick is gonna be Michel Pereira, but it's a pass for me. Not when you're fighting somebody with the power of Chaos Williams, who can turn your lights out in the blink of an eye. But we'll take Michel Pereira via. We'll just take Michel Pereira. I can't make up my mind on this one though. Easy pass. Next up, we have Jose Aldo and Marlon Chito Vera. Jose Aldo is the minus 150 favorite. Chito Vera is about plus 130. Yeah, I mean, I picked Jose Aldo in his last fight against Peter Yan. And he looked pretty good. Honestly, he looked pretty good. He was a 2-1 underdog. He looked good. It was arguably 2-2 going into the fifth. But Aldo, you know his cardio struggles, and they showed up in that one. But this is a 3-round fight. Marlon Vera is usually a pretty slow starter. I expect Jose Aldo to, at a minimum, win the first round. So can Marlon Vera win rounds 2 and 3? Could, definitely. I think Jose Aldo, unless he's just completely washed, is the better overall fighter. He has more paths to victory, I think. I'm going to take Jose Aldo. I do like Cheeto Vera though, because that guy, he's a dog, man. And I picked him to beat Sugar Sean O'Malley, but I picked him to win in the third round. We all know how that fight played out. Let's see. I think the play is Jose Aldo, but there's a prop I'm interested in, and that is Vera to win in the third round. Vera to win in the third round. Where is it? I'm sure they have it on here. Vera wins. Okay, Vera wins by TKO in round 3. What about by any method? Vera wins by KO, TKO round 3. Looks like plus 1200. Nah, I don't know. The pick's Jose Aldo, but I've been burned by Jose Aldo before, so it's probably a pass. I'm going to go Jose Aldo to win via decision 29-28 though. And then moving on to the main event, as we are coming up close to 20 minutes. Geoff Neal and Wonderboy Thompson. My gut, for starters, I'm a Wonderboy fan. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's a great striker, one of the all-time great strikers. Between him and like Israel Adesanya, just terrific strikers. He's got great takedown defense. I don't expect that to come into play in this fight. But man, something tells me that Wonderboy's going to get caught in this one and put to sleep. Geoff Neal, he his last fight, it's about a year ago. I think I was at that fight when he knocked out Mike Perry. Say what you want about Mike Perry, that dude has a chin on him, and for Geoff Neal to crack it, it shows you the kind of power that he has. So I rate Mike Perry's chin at least much better than Wonderboy's. So I am concerned about Wonderboy here. I think Geoff Neal gets the knockout victory. He's gonna be my pick. There's a lot of risk behind it though. I think Wonderboy is the overall better striker. I think Wonderboy will be winning this fight until he gets knocked out. I think Wonderboy probably still has something left in the tank. What he did to Vicente Luque a year ago, nobody really has ever done that to Vicente Luque. I mean, he looked great in that fight, in my opinion. He did get touched a few times. He wore it well. But Geoff Neal, you get touched like that by Geoff Neal, and you're probably gonna get knocked out. So the pick is Geoff Neal at minus. I actually took him at plus 110. I think I saw him at one point plus 125. So I missed that one. I did take him at plus 110. Money's been coming on him all week, actually for like 2 weeks. So I don't think I really like him so much as a favorite now at minus 120. But yeah, I'm taking Geoff Neal by knockout, second round. Part of me is going to be rooting for Wonderboy though. Anyway, those are the picks. Nothing really confident. It's a very well matched card in my opinion. A fun card. I'm going to try and watch most of it. Maybe do a recap. We'll see. I haven't done one of those yet. But the other big fight tonight, and we'll jump into that real quick. Canelo versus Callum Smith. Canelo, of course, a big favorite at this point. Let's see, boxing odds. Just out of curiosity. All right. So Canelo, what's the live boxing odds? Looks like the opening was Canelo minus 500, Callum Smith plus 350. That right there, I mean, yes, Canelo is a big favorite, but Canelo only being a minus 500, I think tells you that the bookie thinks that Callum Smith does have a shot. Okay, yeah, Canelo now in the minus 750 range. Callum Smith in the plus 500 range. So a lot of money coming in on Canelo, which is expected. He's the big name. A lot of people want to just add Canelo to everything that they're going to play, thinking that he is a for sure victory. And he very well may come out here and mop the floor with Callum Smith. In fact, if Callum Smith shows up like he did in his last fight against, gosh, his name is slipping my mind here. Callum Smith, John Ryder. If Callum Smith comes out and he fights like he fought against John Ryder, Canelo's going to finish him. It's just a matter of which round, probably in the first 8 rounds even. But if Callum Smith comes in there, fights, I think he needs to fight aggressive. I think he needs to work the body. He does great body work. He's very long. There's a noticeable size difference. There's a reach difference. So if he's able to work off his jab when he needs to, and then come inside and work the body of Canelo, I think he could have a chance. But it's the only way he's gonna win is if he fights to 100% or more of his ability. And if Canelo's anything less than 100% of himself. So it's a tall order for Callum Smith. He would be avenging his brother, though, who lost to Canelo a couple years back. So there's some motivation there behind Callum Smith as well. I'll pick Canelo there. Minus 700. There's really no value. Callum Smith plus 500. Not enough value there either. Should be interesting though. I think it could be very competitive, to be honest with you, if Callum Smith shows up and performs to his capabilities. Could be competitive. I could see the under 9.5 being in play here at plus money. But anyway, that's boxing for tonight, since there's no Nonito Donaire and Emmanuel Rodriguez, which is a bummer. I was looking forward to that more than Canelo fight. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me this long. I didn't want the video to go this long. I'm going to try and upload more frequently moving forward. We have a nice little break here. It's like a month or 3 weeks or something. But I'm going to try and do more content. I have some ideas that I would like to get working on for this channel. Maybe grow it a little bit. I don't really care about subscribers and all that stuff, at least not right now. I just care about coming on here, chatting it up. Maybe we'll do some live videos and chat with you guys in the chat below. Anyway, good luck tonight, everyone. Enjoy the card and stay safe.